Clickup Task Management. How to use Clickup for task management. Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how you can get started with task management on Clickup. We're going to be diving deep into the different levels of tasks, workspaces, spaces, and lists on ClickUp, and I'll show you guys how you can effectively set up your own task management space. So let's get started. Now, whenever you create your account on ClickUp, by default, your username is used to create an individual space for you. This is going to be your personal workspace. Now, I recommend that if you're going to add your business on ClickUp, you can click on New Workspace and build a separate workspace for your work or for your school or for your university. So you can click on Work and then you can add any team members. Then you can add the reason why you are going to be building your ClickUp workspace. So I'm going to add other, and you can invite other people or import your data. Lastly, you're going to add your business name. So for my task management, let's say it's just going to be called work. Now, once I click on finish, I can build a separate workspace. Now on ClickUp, data between workspaces is not interchangeable. So everything that is present within my workspace is going to be separate from my Jane Doe workspace. This can help in segregating different businesses or different niches in which you are present in. Now, let's get started with our task creation on ClickUp. On ClickUp on the left panel, you will see a navigation menu. In this navigation menu, you have different spaces on the bottom. Firstly, you will see a tab called Everything. This is going to display all the different spaces and different tasks that you have associated with each space. Below that, you have a sample space. And within every space, you can create different lists, and lists have tasks. So in the hierarchy, first you have a workspace, then you have a space, then you can even create folders, and within that you have a list, and within lists you have tasks. Now on ClickUp, mostly tasks are differentiated by the completion statuses. So a task might be first in the to-do list, then it can move towards the in the process or in the works, and then into the next list. Now, to make this easier on yourself, you can click on Create Space and use a space template as well. You will see on the left of ClickUp whenever you are creating a space, you have a Everything's tab, and you can choose to create a list or a folder. But I'm going to create a separate space, which is going to be our task management, like so. Then click on Continue. But before you do that, you want to go back and click on Use Template if you're going to be using a template for your task management. Now, ClickUp has some amazing templates available, and I do recommend to check out the templates available by ClickUp. They have different types of project management, task management, and other niches of templates, things such as your content hubs, software development, and more. They even have a simple project management template that can easily be used for task management. You have your Agile project management, which is a great template to use for task management. You can even search on the top for the different types of templates you're looking for. So if I search for task, it has simple sprints, waterfall management, website production plan, people operations, and much more. The reason why I recommend using the project management templates is because these are highly customizable. So, no matter what is the scope of your tasks, you will easily be able to add efficient details to provide more context around your tasks. Simply click on Agile Project Management and click on Use Template. Once you do that, you're going to add your space name. So, my first space might be my running or my business day today. Or let's say this is just going to be my innovation or even different types of tasks. Let's say this is going to be our operations board where I have a lot of tasks. That's a particular niche where a lot of tasks fall under. So below that, we can add different import options. We can choose to import everything as it is or customize the import options. This means the import options from the template. So this particular template has automations, views, tasks, and tasks within these have due dates, start dates, watchers, and all these other things. The ones that are checked are included, and the ones that are unchecked are not. For my tasks, I do have assignees and comments. And yeah, I think all of the other things are going to be, concurrent. Below that, you have your project dates. So if you want to import them as it is, and if you want to include any archived tasks, click on Use Template over here to get started with your template. Now, once you have loaded up your template on ClickUp, you will be seeing a new space on ClickUp. And keep in mind that your space might vary depending on the template you're using. In this particular template, there is a section called a Getting Started section within Operations. So I'm going to delete this because it is not necessary for our setup. Now, below that, first we have a backlog, then we have Agile ceremonies, then we have a Kanban board. Now, primarily, I recommend using a Kanban board for most lists. The reason why it's really easy to set up Kanban boards is because you're going to be able to see different types of statuses all in one section. You can group them into different priorities or into different statuses as well. That falls under your personal preferences. So now that we have lists, you will see certain items have been added already. This is a list view on the top. On the top, you will see other views, such as a board view, which I also refer to as a Kanban view. You can also click on plus on the view section and choose a different type of view. This includes things like a Gantt view. A Gantt view shows you when a task is due and what task is going to happen after one. This can be especially helpful in time management. Now, let's get started with creating our task. So, within this particular template, we have a backlog where we can add items that are meant to be done but are not at the front burner. Below that, we have our agile ceremonies. Now, this is going to be very different because agile ceremonies are not something that people that might be working in a remote area are going to be doing. So, if this is a unnecessary list, simply click on delete. Below that, you also have a simple Kanban view to display all information about your template. Now, in our backlog, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the three dots on the right and then rename these. I will rename these into my tasks under operation, and then I will pin the board view as the main view. On the top, we will see the way that our groups are set up. So I want them to be set up based upon status and priority like they are by default. Now, to simply create a task, all I have to do is I can click on Add Task over here. I will add the task name. So let's say it is a meeting. Let's say to find a supplier for our clothing subdivision like this. And once I've created a task, I can click on the task title. Once you create a task and click on the task title, you will see the status you added it in. Then you can click on dates to set a due date. Below that, you can also enter the time estimates that you expect this task will do. This is important to make sure whenever your employees are doing tasks that they are able to accomplish tasks within the designated or the estimated time. And it can also be helpful in setting up payroll. So if I assume this is going to take 2 days, so I can just add 2 days or 16 hours. Below that, the person that is working on the task can also track the time it's taking them. On the right, you will find assignees, priorities, which you can customize as well. And you can add your sprint points. So your sprint point settings can be customized in accordance to your personal preference for the niche or industry you're in. And then you can add your own customized tags. And you can also add your custom fields, descriptions, and subtasks and checklists, which might be smaller things. So finding a supplier is a really large task. My first subtask might be to visit a market. So visit a market. And the second subtask might be to find raw cottons, and the third might be something else. And you can also set different checklists. So the first checklist might be to decide on cotton quality, like this. And these are usually decisions, and subtasks are usually behaviors. Below that, you can also add any attachments of your preference. And on the top right, if you want, you can favorite a task, and you can also convert it into another list or subtask. You can also set a task to be a recurring task if it is going to happen every so often. So, if you set up a recurring task, usually those are things like your recurring meetings, weekly catch ups with your team. All of those things are usually recurring. I hope you guys found this video helpful for task management on ClickUp. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions or queries, leave those in the comment box down below. I would love to know what you guys have to say.